Hey guys and gals. I thought I would just I was thinking about video ideas, and I thought I'd just kind of do a state of my account and who am I and where my perspective on this game is coming from. I started in February of 2016, so not day one, but almost day one. I've been pretty much a daily player. When I go on holidays, I always make sure I buy like a Wi-Fi package in hotel rooms or whatever site I'm at so I can get on and do what I got to do. I got into a guild right when Pit launched, and I was with that guild cluster for pretty much the entirety of my Star Wars Galaxy Heroes career until about 3 months ago. So with GOTB and guilds all restructuring at the top, everybody wanted to... before GOTB, there was kind of a complacency where guilds were clearing all of the content that was out, and a guild could carry a whole lot of dead weight. And my role in the guild I was in was I was kind of like the HR department. I pretty much tracked religiously everybody's performance across all the game modes. And I know when GOTB launched, I was like, you guys, we gotta cut the dead weight and start bolstering our ranks, because there's a good faction of people that are highly competitive that if you can't supply them with what they can get elsewhere, they'll move on. And that eventually happened. I eventually left, and that guild fell apart and merged with another guild, and they're still going strong up in the top 15. Go Grudge. And so I'm almost a day one player. Full disclosure, my wife knows, so I'm not going to get in shit for saying this, but I've probably put in about $8,000 into this game. I make a lot of disposable income. I don't have a lot of vices, so work that out with over how many weeks, and a lot of people are going to say that's a waste of money, but for me it's enjoyable. I get a lot of enjoyment out of this game, and I have no regret spending that kind of money on this game. So I am almost 5.4 million GP. I tend to get first in all of my arenas, so I got a lot of crystal income, and I'm pretty focused on my teams. This is what the top end of my roster looks like right now. These are the three characters that I'm focusing on for Gear 13 development: Chewbacca, Dooku, and Han Solo. Dooku I just kind of decided on this week because eventually, like right now, the majority of the high-end guilds block off or don't go for the Dooku mission in phase 4 or day 4 of GOTB, but eventually it's going to come down to the point where you're going to have to start finishing those missions, and to do it you're probably going to have a Gear 13 relic Count Dooku. So I thought I would get on it now while there is kind of a lull, before whatever comes in the next month and my focus is directed elsewhere. I'll give you guys a look at my squads. These are my arena teams. I leave Padme in overnight, and I use her for the majority of my battles. Everybody's got to have a Darth Rev encounter, and I like to use her to practice every day. And plus, I've mentioned in previous videos, the people that you usually run with her are awesome for ships. And ships is changing. It's moving more to GK. Malevolence may come and may upend everything, but as of right now, GK is dominant on offense, and you want to be getting your first in Fleet Arena, guys. That's where you get your Zetas. 1,800 Fleet Arena tokens every day almost guarantees, 6 Zetas a week. So you need to do it. You need to focus on your ships, guys. Don't sleep on it. Unless you're pay to win, and then you can just spend your way to victory. But you can't buy Zetas. Shock T Nuke team. I love when I get the opportunity to use that. I'll test it. I was running this Bastila team against the Grievous Nuke team, but I find at my current relic level, I can almost put it on auto with my Padme team, and it'll just walk right through it. As soon as GK gets Retribution up, They hit, I kill somebody, they come back, I kill Grievous. It's pretty to watch. So I almost don't even have to have this. In fact, let's just get rid of it right now because I don't need it. And I'm still hanging on to my Maliks, or to my Darth Revan and my Malik. I don't know why. I haven't used them in Arena since Relics dropped. But, yeah, let's just get rid of that too while I'm here. Let's clean this up. My Sith grade teams, Resistance P1, Jedi Revan P2, Darth Revan P3, Night Sisters P4, and if I got time to hit P4 some more, I'll throw in these teams. I'll just go as fast as I can, almost put auto just to get as much damage. Really, by the time you get through a really good resistance run, P1's going to be done. By the time you get through a good Revan run, P2 is going to be done. Darth Revan, that lineup, I can easily get 6 million almost on auto. And then P4, everybody's gone doing their Night Sisters. You don't got a whole lot of time. So really, it's almost getting down to just, you only really need these 4 teams if you're going to focus on Sith raid teams. There you go. You don't have to run Shaak Ti. I'm testing that out. It is given a little bit more offense. You can add a couple million onto your score by using Shaak Ti. Now let's get into the really meat and potatoes. Okay. GA defense. This is what GA defense and GA offense is kind of what I use as a roadmap on what to work on. So I'm trying to get these teams up. Look at that Newt team. That's untested, but I've heard from a member in TI that team gave him plenty of headache, and since I have Zayton Stormtrooper on, I thought I'd use it. But since Newt is and Water in that team, I can't use them with my Grievous team. My clone team, I just got R2 to Gear 13 today. I hear that team is a beast on defense, but if you've seen the Operation Metaverse video, R7 Malik can solo that team. Or I can solo clones. I don't know about the R2 Barris, but I'm pretty sure it can because they don't have what it takes to kill a Malik. And then there's a filler team. So I basically got 2 filler teams on my defense. They're there just to try to get the enemy to kill. It's the First Order and the Karth team. It's there just to get the enemy just to put something, a B team at it and not something really, really easy. I got my First Order clocked really nice, so it's actually caught a couple people unaware going in thinking it's going to be a walk in the park. And then my offense, I guess I'm heavy offense. You can see I got my Padme for a Darth Revan killer. I got Darth Revan for whatever is I need to kill. It's kind of like the Swiss Army knife. Oh, look at that surprise. You know, you don't want to be going against the opponent. You get to the back wall and then it's, oh, surprise, here's this hard team that you can't kill. So that's why I like to hold Darth Revan for. Bastila to kill GG. This EP team with Bastila can actually kill a lot. It's also another versatile team. Throwing Bastila on there, especially mine, who's really fast, it can just make this team go. Treya is still what I use mainly to counter bugs. Having a really tanky Savage helps, especially with going against bugs that have really good spies. He can take a wallop. I usually won't even attempt to underman it unless they have not a great bug team. Like if it's an all gear 12 team, I'll underman it. I'll pull Savage off. And then I got my CLS team, which usually takes down Karths, Kiras, bounty hunters, stuff like that. I'm currently working on Gear 13ing and relicking Han and Chewie, which will make that team more of an offensive powerhouse. Here is my JTR team, which is usually used to kill Karth and First Order teams. If they're not on the board, then I can kind of use them as a last resort to kill something. You'll see Thrawn is on that team just because I've moved R2 onto defense with my clones. I got the bugs on offense. I stopped holding them on defense because there's too many counters. If you don't scope out your opponent and they got gear 11 Jawas, they can kill this team. If they have, my team, look, it's only a gear 12 spy, they can take in Treya, Nihilus, and Scion and kill that team and get extra points. So now I just hold that team because it can kill a lot on offense, guys. And then my troopers. So I got 9 teams for 9 primary offensive teams to kill 8. And my troopers can kill a lot too. If they put in a bounty hunter team that I can outspeed, I'm going to use my troopers on it. So there's the meat and the potatoes on my account. 3v3 tabs, those are going to get overhauled completely. And then my TW tabs, I am not showing you guys because those are guild secrets. And then GOTB, I keep GOTB teams. As you can see, here's what I used on Phase 4. Darth Revan, Night Sisters, Separatists, and Bugs. Currently don't have a Dooku team made for... Well, I kind of do. It's kind of right there. But I haven't done the Dooku mission forever since my guild started blocking it off. And that's it, guys. I'll show you my ships. Like, this is all my teams. I'll kind of scan through quick. Once it gets to the gear 11, there's not a whole lot left in gear 11 that I want to work on. You know, old Zeta Qui-Gon Jinn from back in the day. Zeta Maul from back in the Zeta Maul meta. A lot of gear 12s. And then right here, you can see it kind of goes to gear 11 and then a steep drop off. There's a couple people that I'd like to do. Like, I'd like to take Chopper up to gear 12. Mace might have to take up to gear 12, 13, depending on the rework. My Watt is a work in progress. His gear's ready to go to get him straight to gear 12. And then it really falls off. You can see all these guys. Pilots. I may have to take up Cody to gear 12, depending on what event's coming out. And then, yeah, we start getting in right into the gear 10s and 9s. So, no Ewoks for me, no Phoenix. Jawas, who are modded, just in case I run up against a horrible bug team, but that's not going to happen. So that's all them. And then we'll show you my ships real quick. As you can see, obviously, I got really good Galactic Republic ships. My Rebel ships, I kind of limped through that meta. My Bistan, as you can see, they only have 1 gear 12, and I was still able to get up there for payout, even with my crappy Rebels. I got my shuttle. I got nothing really left to farm in ships other than the Vulture droid. And pretty much you can see the reinforcements, most of them are maxed out. And here's the bottom of my roster. Most of these are unmodded. First Order Special Forces TIE Pilot's unmodded. Jedi Consular is actually modded because I thought about gearing him up. Yeah. GK 30 out of 85, still plugging away. I'm not hoarding to see what's coming next. I'm all in on the GK fleet, and I'm gonna level it up right to max. What else can I say, guys? That's about it. I was in TI, or Team Instinct Red, or War, and I recently just switched over to Pi Reloaded. We'll see how that goes. Kind of excited for that. And that's about me in a nutshell. I don't hoard anything. As you can see, we'll run through my currencies. Like, my crystals are always sitting around 500, and then I'll take my payouts, and then I'll always do 2 ship energy refreshes, 2 normal energy refreshes, 3 cantina, and 2 mod energy refreshes a day. And so that's 600. So I'm usually spending about 600. The odd time I got to burn a crystal refresh on an arena. So 600, 650, 700 if I'm having a really bad testing day. But yeah, look at my currencies are I'm always spending on something. I'm always gearing. I'm not a hoarder, guys. That's the most credits I've had on both of those for a while. Nothing. Nothing. You can see, not a whole lot left. I'm always spending. I'm always trying to incrementally upgrade my roster every day. And 4 years out, I still like the game. What can I say? I'm a Star Wars nerd. Anyways, guys, that's about all I got to say on this one. Hope you enjoyed it. You probably didn't make it all the way through. If you did, my safe word is pineapple. Safe word's pineapple. I'll catch you guys in the next one later. Bye-bye.